Shout out to you guys. This is Kid Shorty Gaming Nation in the building. Had to do this live. I was about to say live, but doing this recording right here. Um, I'm gonna start reviewing these balloon pop shows to showcase to you what I see and what I mean, and I'm going to fit the archetypes that black men should stay away from. Now, the biggest problem I see, still seeing, and is that the environment is filled when it comes to black culture and black men. I see that the environment is still filled with black women who are just uncooperative. Then this is the common archetype that we see, right? And instead of us changing the environment, we still want to put it back on black men, you know, somehow. For example, I was on a my man Izzy Band's panel, right? I consider him to be an OG because he's older than me, right? And it's like every time we try to tell gentlemen such as that the fact that this is what's in the environment, they like to pretend like this is not all of the women that's in the environment, and they go into this whole individualistic. You can't allow the environment to dictate you as a man, right? And that sounds good. That sounds absolutely true, right? You don't, as a man, you can't allow what's going on in your environment to dictate to you how you should operate and how you should move. The problem with that now this is in the context of dating and mating, right? But say your environment is take it out of that context. Say your environment is filled with war, battle, blood, deletion, destruction. At that point, look what some kids are going on in Africa, some poor country. Look at the environment, right? Yeah. Look. Take Jamaica for example, right? Jamaica has one of the highest deletion rates in the Caribbean, right? That environment is, and you go into that in the environments like Jamaica or Africa or a impoverished country where the corruption is high. It's dictating the dictating how those children are being raised in that environment because those children have to adapt to the environment to survive, right? So on some level, that environment is controlling their circumstances, right? And now those kids in Jamaica or those children in Jamaica, especially if you're men, I saw a statistic that said that 70% of the men or the males in Jamaica that died from gang violence. Right? So now these are men that are supposed to be responsible for replenishing your work labor or your workforce because you need men to build, to protect, to provide, to build infrastructure, engineering, and these things. Now, are you going to tell those men, okay, cool, you should somehow you don't let the gang violence dictate you and how your environment when every day you walk outside your house, there's bullets flying around you, violence and destruction is around you, right? So do you now blame the people in that environment, right? You can do that, or do you clean up that environment so that there's less gang violence going on, so that now you can have more male children being born to now help Jamaican society move forward. Now, take what I said and apply it to the dating game. If you have an environment filled with black women that are uncooperative, unwilling to follow your leadership, don't want to listen to what you say, right? And the end goal is for black men to get into relationships with black women to create a black community or to replenish the black community so that the black community can continue to grow. But all your focus is telling on the men, don't allow the women that's in your environment that you need to have children with to help them so they can help you replace your bloodline and pass down your knowledge and your wisdom and information, right? And you're telling these men not to let them dictate that. And the whole goal is to recreate more black people in black culture, right? At that point, that's that because what things like what Izzy Band say when he says that as a king you're supposed to move and you're supposed to the environment's supposed to move with you, and that's on an individualistic level, right? If the environment is not there and it's not properly properly taken care of, if it's not a clean environment, if the air is dirty, if the air is polluted, if the water is there's no proper drinking water that's there, it's going to be very difficult for you as yourself to grow properly into individuals. Like in a garden, right? Each individual flower or plant is not the same as each other, right? No two roses are the same, but they're able to grow as an individual flower to be beautiful because what? There's proper soil in the ground. There's proper water and nutrients in the soil. Just like no two apples on a tree is the same apple, but because that tree had proper soil to grow in, it grew to be big, and it was able to bear nutritious fruit, even though the two fruits are not the same, right? Okay, then. So two things can be true at the same time. As an individual man, you have to determine your circumstances. You have to dictate how you lead yourself, and then find the people in the environment that want to move with you, and then don't deal with the people in the environment that don't want to move with you. Right? That's the way how you can influence the environment. But at the same time, you got to make sure the environment is clean. Right? You got to make sure there are enough Black women that want to cooperate with a traditional brother, or if he's not a traditional brother, he's a brother with some kind of principles and standards, right? You have to find enough of those women. But right now, what I'm seeing is that there's not enough of these women. There are not enough Black women that are, I want to say, good enough or qualified to follow a certain type of Black man that's of tradition, or if he's not a traditional brother, he's just a brother of principles and standards and et cetera, et cetera. There's not enough of those women. And we're not going to create we're not going to create more people to keep the environment going that want to follow a traditional guy, or a guy that has some kind of discipline and standards about himself. Just like, if we keep not addressing what's not what if we keep not if we're not going to address that the fact that the environment needs clean water, clean air, nutrients in the soil, this, that, and the third, there's not going to be enough good Black women to grow from that soil, right? That want to follow Black men who are traditional, or who have substance. But nobody wants to address it. And in today's video, we're going to address it, because I still see Black men dealing with women that are uncooperative, these type of women. All right. So let's get with it. Let's begin right here. Start right here. Start playing. You see out here. No, I'm attracted to Crystal Lee. I ain't going front with you. Hey, Black men, let me tell y'all something. Don't let YouTube niggas shame you for liking what you like. And don't let niggas shame you into liking things, and shame you to like things that you don't like. If this is the type of Black chick you like, then this is what you like, right? I like this. Right? I think the main overarching point is that the main overarching argument that Black men have is not in the thickness or the curvaceousness of Black women, it's their attitude, right? Because in general, whether it's a Black man of upper class to middle class, or Pookie in the hood, or Ray Ray in the hood, I think in general, majority of Black men are objective complaint is, yo, Black women's attitude. They don't want to live up to expectations, right? They want to blame the choices and decisions they make onto the men, and don't want to take accountability into their own actions, right? I think that's the main argument, right? So, but I'm saying this because a lot of YouTubers, right? It's a lot of Black YouTubers, right? are getting into the program where we like to shame black men for what we like, because what we like is part of our identity. I don't know why. I don't know why that's a thing, because nobody shames white men for liking cuckolding, right? But for some odd reason, black men, we get shamed for whatever we like. If we like wearing FUBU sneakers, we get shamed. If we like wearing New York gear, it's considered as we're childish. So like we need to grow up. Meanwhile, you have white boys that's wearing the same New York City type of gear, and nobody telling them to grow up. So it's like, I don't know. Black men, don't get shamed for liking what you like, and don't get shamed into liking things you don't like. You understand? And at the same time, brothers, shit, I lost what I was going to say. My bad. Let's continue. Am I wrong for liking ratchet? Maybe it's because I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. I just like ratchet bitches. Maybe that's my problem. Even though I talk like a lame, right? But you should see me when I'm in the environment where I gotta talk like a hood nigga. I talk like a straight up hood ratchet, taggedy, raggedy, taggedy nigga. So I'm saying. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's my issue. You know what I'm saying? Because I cuss a bitch out quick. Feel me? Then there's times where I don't say nothing. I just walk past you like a ghost. No, I'm a weird individual. There's a lot of things built into my identity that, because I grew up experiencing a lot of shit, that's there. So I don't know. I don't know. See, a lot of you educated brothers, black men, you wondering how. I'm not saying this brother's a Pookie or Rare. I'm not gonna say that. Because I don't even like that term being attached to most black men. But for the lack of the art, for the sake of argument, this is how a lot of Pookies are able to get a lot of your women that are working in upper to middle class, because a lot of you educated black men, you go to these schools where they teach you Marxism and feminism, and you think that the idea of a black man is this brother that's just emotional intelligent and you don't speak your mind. Because the pookies in the hood, or the hood niggas, or the hybrids like me, we speak our mind. We're not afraid. We don't get caught by that stupid player shit, player shit, or that feminist shit that y'all taught, that's being taught to y'all. There's be stoic and don't say nothing. Just be stoic and be poised and don't respond. Don't speak your mind. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn. I'm gonna speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. This is how they able to get your chicks from you, because they talk their mind. And the women don't always agree with them, but they still talk their mind. They stand on business. Right? This slow right here. Mm. I gotta fix how to make this a bit more, I guess, presentable with this. So forgive me. All right. I have to fix this. See, this is my thing. If black women are uncooperative by nature, right? Because look how they dress. This is see, this is what happened, right? Black men of the 80s and the 90s, this is not the black woman that they said they wanted, right? So what happened was a lot of black women, they gave birth to male children and female children, and they dressed like this in the household. So they taught that what the representation or what black woman should look like is this, right? So this is black women being uncooperative and rebellious towards black men. I want to say in the social hereditary portion of the view, right? So let me show you what social hereditary is, right quick. So what social hereditary is, right quick. Social hereditary. Let me show y'all this. All right, share. Social hereditary. Let me add this to the stage. All right. Social hereditary. Social hereditary refers to the transmission of culture and social traits from one generation to the next through learning social interactions rather than through biological inheritance. It encompasses the ways in which individuals acquire knowledge, values, beliefs, and behaviors from their social environment, shaping their personality and cultural identity. Right. So, you go back here, remove that, and then go back and share. I wish we could share more than one screen. Right. So, what happened was in the 80s and the 90s, black women passed down their rebellious behavior through social hereditary to the children. So now the black men of today, like in their like maybe the younger millennials and the Gen Z, they're used to seeing women like that's dressed like this because that's how their mother groomed them. That's how their mother dressed and acted and behaved. Now, a lot of these outfits, these are outfits I would see in East New York, Brooklyn, like in the Pink Housing Projects, Marcy Projects, between Glenmore and Liberty, or if I was in Queens, Cambridge Heights, Queens, right, where I'm at right now, Linden Boulevard, Guy Borough. This is what Merrick, Laurelton. This is the type of woman I would see growing up. But this was not the majority in the night. Right, I'm 33 years old. I'm from 1992, right? But this type of black woman you see right here, maybe this is a southern thing. I don't know, right? I would see this in the projects, right? The black women who are more of high class, they didn't dress like this right here. But this has become the normal type of this is a balloon pop show where you're supposed to go and dress up and look presentable. Look how they dress, right? And black men at nauseum to their sick in their damn face would describe how they don't like black women that are dressed like this. This is for black men from the 80s and the 90s, right? And the early 2000s, right? But black women would just dress like this anyway. And then black men of that time were taught to just deal with women like this. Like you have to just accept it. They were shaming to accepting this. Right. We like to talk about how black men allowed this and allowed that. No, they were shamed culturally and socially into picking women like this to get into relationships with. I remember it. And they were told to give women like this grace and to just be like I remember it. I can't articulate it properly, but I remember growing up in churches, going around older boomer men, growing up around them, telling younger men, including myself, to pick women like this, to give them grace. It was a different language at the time, but I remember it. This is the result of black women shaming black men into date women like this. Ain't your mama black, which translates your mother must have been a hood strike like them. Shout out to the anger man with the word strike, right? But I remember it. right? But this is the result. This is what they dress like. This is the 304 kit that I used to see only for women that were in the project, women that were in the hood. And look at them wearing it now. Weaving their hair, you know what I'm saying? But according to Izzy Bands, this is not an issue. Don't let this environment shake you, King. Keep leveling up and bossing up, King. And mind you, the uncooperative, disrespectful Black women, they are in corporate America too. They don't always dress like this. They dress up classical too. But I whatever. Let's continue. See? That was disrespectful. How do you look? How is you a Black woman that claim to say that you understand the plight of Black men and what Black men go through, but then you say the same shit that white people say, that you look like you have a criminal record without knowing the person? Suppose that he said that you look like to be a baby mama, or you look like you got several baby daddies. Would that be a fair assessment? That's ridiculous, bro. Like, angry man telling y'all, Tommy Sotomayor, Sotomayor telling you, I'm telling you, yo, these Black women do not like Black men. They don't. They truly don't. And the only answer or solution is for Black men to save yourself, bro. SB, what's that acronym? SYBM or some shit? SBY, whatever that shit is. You gotta save yourself. Because now this brother get into a relationship with these women, type of women, and then he gets them pregnant, and then he tries to have a relationship with them. He in for a ride, right? And he look like the type of nigga that can manage that shit. But again, why put yourself through that? Why keep repeating what our forebearers from the Generation X did and our forebearers from the Boomer generation did? Why keep repeating that? But anyway, let's continue. All right, so that's not these dudes is not where I want to get to. Oh shit, what's happening here? Oh snap, we're having some technical difficulty. Let me find another way to share this. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Show y'all this one. This how it looks on StreamYard. Damn. But anyway, I'm gonna show it to y'all from this one from StreamYard.
So how was your last relationship? Like, why did you break up?
Hold on, let me get to him. Of course, and now I need a minute that they don't know drinking.
I'm going out with
and
my
just
girls.
Well,
Oh,
go.
Lord.
You would just be single
Well,
and pay your own rent,
I
and
just
pay your own electric, and pay your own water,
Jesus.
and you can pay for everything else you got going on.
that's not an issue.
But just go.
It's not an
It
issue at all, my
definitely
love.
is.
Hold
Miss,
on,
I
hold
work
on.
16 hours, and now I need a mental break.
Proudly,
You
very
could
proudly.
definitely electric, the water.
But
I'm just
I
saying.
feel like it just depends on
It doesn't depend.
I love it. One look good. I want you to feel good eternally. That's an insecurity. I completely understand. Wake up every
I don't do
day.
that. That's it. I mean, I don't.
I'm gonna start from
For
this
sure.
brother.
All right.
But yeah.
It's too much.
What you say?
I agree.
You agree?
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
so it's
like-
turning up.
So that's all it was.
Okay. Simple.
I just feel like we romantically that just wouldn't be me. So yeah, the height thing initially too, it did have me like, I don't know. But then I looked down, she had on them 8-inch heels, and I'm like, so she ain't that tall, but she not really for me. That's all I would say.
And Anna had you smiling to D West when she was getting ready to pop your balloon, and that balloon didn't pop. What was it about Anna that made you smile?
Like I say, I just like light skinned girls. She was
Her body language, she got triggered by that shit.
a pretty young lady.
She triggered by that.
So that's all it was.
Okay, simple. What about Shadow? You assume that she didn't have time due to her profession, right?
Yeah, I had dated a nurse and I don't like that.
What do you do for a living? What do you do?
I work at a warehouse.
Is that time consuming?
I mean, not for real. At least I know when I'm going to work and when I'm getting off. It's too much.
No, brother. Let me help you out. See, the woman is supposed to make time to see the man, right? The woman is supposed to prove to that man why should he make time for her or concessions for her. You know what I'm saying? Right? If you're already doing the work and you're working at a warehouse job and she's doing a nurse and she's talking about how her schedule's conflicting, that woman don't like you. Because she wouldn't say that to you. She would make the time or find the time to be with you. Right. If she expects you to find time for her. You know what I'm saying? So this is the whole let me see if I can find a slide right quick. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I find a slide right quick. Find the slide right quick. Hold on. No, not that one. up here, my fault, what you just saw here was that same thing. Well, because she's a nurse and she's working a busy schedule, she tried to ask him, well, so what's you working at a warehouse? Isn't that the same thing? Which is what was trying to happen here, right? But these are two different people. He's a man. He's expected to work at a warehouse for long hours and make money. She's a woman. You know what I'm saying? And her schedule is hectic. I mean, she's different. But let's continue.
What you say?
I agree.
No, I'm not saying that she's doing that intentionally, but because society has been programmed with that type of language, they do it based off of social hereditary, like I explained earlier, all right?
KG.
But,
This
what's
worked
up?
out great because everybody in the line. I'm just still
I knew
looking
you was
this
coming.
way.
Come on
I
with it.
did
You
not.
finna
I
say
know I was
something, miss.
coming. All right, no, I'm not. No,
Come
I'm not.
on with it.
All right, it is messy. Okay, boom.
All right.
Originally, right, you popped your balloon.
Yeah.
Well, you had your balloon until you spoke about having 4 kids, and then Angela. I'm not saying Angela. I'm sorry, Anna popped, right?
Right.
And 4 baby mamas too, y'all.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Eventually.
Hey, this is the type of dude I was talking about a couple of days ago. No, I didn't talk about this yet. I'm going to make a live video about it today. Where this dude, he'll be impregnating like 4 bitches, and then 4 women will blame 10 men for getting her pregnant, but it's by 1 dude. So he's the example. This is the Pookie right here that the majority of black men keep getting blamed for. Right now, what we'll do is we'll say to this brother, "It's your fault for getting them 4 women pregnant, but them 4 women open their legs to this nigga." But we're in an equal society that's supposed to be balanced, right?
Literally, though, you matched with Anna.
Yeah.
And who's not here today. I keep mentioning her name, but I'm sure we'll take care of that. You mentioned that you needed someone to calm you down because you have, someone like you was having like toxic traits, right?
Yeah, I'm used to toxic women, so I think it was
so if
that would have been a balance.
Great. If that's the case, then why did you like mess that connection up by not communicating to her?
Whoa. Hold on, slow down. Well, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna take accountability. I didn't communicate what I seen.
You didn't even listen to the whole question.
Yeah, but
why not communicating?
for sure.
All right.
But
brother, you have 4 baby mamas pregnant, bro. Up here looking like a pink Barney. Bro, you have a pink Ninja Turtle. You have 4 baby mamas. I think you have to hold yourself accountable and go deal with that. So what's now when you get with the 5th chick, you gonna make her your 5th baby mama, bro? Like, come on, like she was right for popping her balloon. Right? We can't keep telling black women to close their legs and hold themselves accountable. And then when she pops the balloon and walks away from a situation that she knows is bad, we have to reward her for that. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 baby mamas. You feel me? Just like we tell black women, hey, go deal with your baby daddy or go make it work with your baby daddy. We gotta tell black men, go make it work with your baby mamas. You got 4 baby mamas and you got kids. I don't think you should be dating anymore. I think you should make it work with one of your baby mamas. Or all of your baby mamas, if that's possible. Because now you're going to take women out the dating market for other men. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, poisoning the dating market, the dating pool. The difference is that men like myself and a lot of other men, we'll hold this brother accountable for something. But nobody's going to hold the other women accountable for opening their legs to this dude. Right? So if the woman who popped her balloon, Anna, popped the balloon because he had 4 baby mamas, and she walked herself out that situation, I commend her for that. Because that's what we tell black women to do. Right? So we can't shame black women for following an instruction or holding herself accountable like we've been telling them to do. Right?
For the communication, I believe that it was already messed up.
I ain't messing up. Why you saying
not
that
you?
towards me?
Not you. I was just saying. Let me clear that up. But nah,
that mess up strong towards me.
Some women they got etiquette. When they get around, you bring a woman around your partner and she know how to move. She know, like, I'm not finna be all up in his face. Like, that's his friend. But some women don't. And me personally, I don't play that shit. You do that with me, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that standard. Let me say that again.
I don't play that shit. Some women don't. Face, like, and she know how to move. She know, like, I'm not finna be all up in his face. Like, that's his friend. But some women don't. And me personally, I don't play that shit. You do that with me.
Oh, I'm gonna give this brother some points, right? He's right for that, right? You're supposed to, as a man, and you bringing out a chick on a date that's supposed to be interested in you. She's not supposed to be all up in your homeboy's face or to another dude's face. At that point, she don't respect you and she don't value trying to make it work with you. So you don't continue that situation. You end that situation or you cut that off, right? You know what I'm saying? And if now we always talk about communication on the man's side, but if the woman is not listening to what you're communicating, who's the one that's lacking in communication? Right?
I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, I ain't think too much of it. She cool though.
Right.
I probably still text her or something, but
Got some lingering feelings.
But yeah, I don't know. But
You don't know.
she cool though.
Okay. Marissa.
Hello.
So some of the comments, I even watched a recap video. They said your energy is so flirty, and it's like you use what you have to get what you want.
Oh, that is crazy.
Oh,
That's crazy. I was about to say, is it true?
No, I mean, I think
I was gonna make a joke, but no.
that a lot of people feel like I come off flirty, but I just have high vibrations. That's what I call it. I just feel like when you full of life,
Yeah, see, I don't
and you
play
wake
that.
up every
I don't do
day.
that. I don't do high vibration. Hell
I
no.
do. I have high
High
vibrations mean like you wake up on a positive note every day, and I just feel like striving to be happy every single day. Like I can't get mad if people wake up angry.
Yes.
And then you got like a certain energy, like
Okay,
So it's not a opinion. I'm very confident, but I love to be dominated. I'm sorry. Like I'm a very submissive woman, and if my man said take it off, I'm taking it off. If he say put it on, I'm putting it on. So yes, it's whatever he says. I follow the rules.
I
got a question
I
too.
like to follow the rules.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So let's say, the girls want you to go out. They invited you out to a concert or to the club, whatever. And your man just like, I don't want you to go. Are you gonna still go or are you gonna just stay?
It just depends on how the sex was. Like I
Depends
feel like
on the sex.
because I feel like
it doesn't depend. It doesn't depend.
I imagine.
So she's negotiating. This is where I'm going to put in my So she's only cooperative depending on the sex. And some of you dudes gonna jump in there. See, she's not clapping the cheeks right. She's supposed to be following his instructions regardless, right? So this is what I'm talking about right here. So should a man stop paying the bills based upon whether she can cook or not? If her food sucks? Let me put my face back on here. So should a man stop paying the bills or only pay the bills based upon her protector provider pay the bills based upon her cooking? So say her cooking was trash that day, it was lacking. Should he not pay the light bill? All right, so this is what I'm talking about right here. The types of Black women to avoid a traditional Black man's guide, right? Did I pass it? I think I passed it. This one, the disrespectful, uncooperative woman. Core traits argumentative, defiant, mocks male authority, modus operandi, undermines instructions, guidance, and leadership, sees corrections as control, resents order and discipline, cannot build with a man because she refuses to follow direction or submit to structure. So, she said, depending on the sex. That is not cooperative. That's undermining your authority or negotiating your authority, right? Based upon how the sex went. Regardless of how the sex was, regardless of if this is the man you chose to submit to, you're supposed to submit to that 100%, right? So she just using the sex part to be as an excuse to be rebellious and go out with her friends. So you, as a man, you got to dismiss that, right? And he asked the proper question. This is the type of questions that myself and other men need to, black men need to ask on a date to see what's the response and not be afraid of her walking out the date, right?
If I'm going out with my girls, he gonna want to have sex. I mean, most men do. When you're in a relationship, they, you know, I don't know. It's a thing. Maybe I can't speak for everybody.
Jesus.
But I feel like some men, they gonna want to have sex with that girl before they go out. Because, you know, when we go out, we go out. But if my man say, it just depends on how in love I am with you. Like, you know what I mean?
All I did was say, if your man asks you not to go out, are you going to A, say, yes, I'm still going, or no, baby, I'm not going because you don't want to?
I'm sorry.
You just said, though, whatever my man say, I'm going to do.
Then I can't answer because it depends on how I feel at the moment.
See? Depends on how you feel. So she's putting her feelings above what her man's instructions are. You cannot deal with a woman like that. You, as a woman, your feelings can't override, supersede your man's structure or instructions. Instructions. It's structure. Your feelings don't override his. Right? It's like Adam is like Eve in the garden. Her feelings superseded what Adam told her not to do. Right? So you cannot deal with this type of chick. Stop doing it. Right? And you got to ask these questions on these dates. Don't be afraid to ask these questions. Who cares if you never see that chick again? Oh well. Shit, even if you're just trying to smash and dash, you don't want to deal with this type of chick. Because now if you give an instruction, these are the type of women that will now do what's happening with what happened with Shannon Sharp, where they're gonna now sue you or take you to court based upon and try to get some money out of you. Because at some point in the beginning of the date, even though you were just trying to smash and dash, she was being uncooperative or disrespectful, like this chick right here, feeling, right? This is the type of chick that will try to rescind her access. I forget these words when I do these videos. Right? She's gonna withdraw her access she gave you because of her feelings, right? So make sure you're asking these questions on these dates, and I gotta say that to myself too. All right, I don't care if I get the box or not.
She answered.
So it depends on the sex, right?
No,
so if the sex good, you gonna stay.
Yes.
If it's trash that night, you just gonna be like, I'm out of here.
Last week, and you telling me you ain't gonna sit in the house?
Maybe that came off wrong. But
I'm just saying.
I feel like it just depends on my mood. I feel like if I've been working all week, like I work 16 hours in a day.
So what does that mean? You working 16 hours a day. What does that have to do with what your man told you to do?
So if I feel like I need to get out so I can like breathe and go have a drink with my girls, and I need you to understand. I just feel like my man wouldn't tell me like no, because he like we already like this, you know what I'm saying? We already won.
So you think that your man wants you around random men while he sits at home? Your man is going to work, paying the bills, the rent, the electric, the water, and when he asks you not to go somewhere, you say no. I'm still going because I feel like.
And that's where your mind is.
I just asked you a question.
I know you did, and I'm
I
going
just
to answer
asked
it.
you.
That's where your mind is. See, the issue is with you. You literally.
This is why women like that look for black men who have no standards or no backbone. It's so that she could get into situations where now she could do things that's wrong that she knows wrong. Right? She said, my man is not going to tell me no, that she can't go somewhere. Now again, if you're the type of dude and you have no issue with your girl going on a girl's night, that's according to your standards or whatever, right? That's according to you. But, right? But after a certain time of night, I get it if she went out to go on date or a trip with a date night with a girl, and it was like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and he was like, be home at like 11, about 11, but she's out until 3 a.m. in the morning. That's a no-no. You see what I'm saying? So women like this, they look for dudes who don't have any standards or don't have any boundaries. They look for black men like that, and then black men are taught by the culture to not have any boundaries. Because the moment you set boundaries in place, look how combative and disrespectful they get. You know what I mean? And then they shame you and browbeat you into lowering your boundaries. And then they teach the boys that they raise to not have any boundaries with women, so they can repeat the dumbass cycle.
With me,
because I feel
this
like
is a men thing.
This
Men
is a man
don't
thing?
want their women
I don't feel
around
like-
multiple men that they don't know drinking.
I'm going out with
and
my
just
girls.
We'll go.
Remember, my man in the pink hat, in the pink do-rag. That's why he didn't talk to Anna earlier, right? Because Anna was all up in another dude's face, in homie's face. Remember?
You would just be single
Well,
and pay your own rent.
I
and
just
pay your own electric and pay your own water.
Jesus.
And you can pay for everything else you got going on.
That's not an issue.
But just go.
It's not an issue
It
at all, my
definitely
love.
is. Miss, I work 16 hours and now I need a mental break.
Proudly.
You
Very
could definitely
proudly.
sit at the house and just follow directions. You wouldn't have to deal with that.
Follow
See, you too possessive.
Oh Lord.
That's
There it is. There it is. But earlier you said my man. So isn't that not too possessive? So you don't think that is disrespectful? You call that man possessive. You don't think that it's controlling and disrespectful that you went out on a date night with your homegirls and that's not what your man wanted you to do? Like, I thought y'all women were the masters of emotional intelligence and empathy. You know, how would you think your man would feel that you disobeyed his instruction? But you called him possessive, but you said my man, which is possessive.
Yes.
No, he said he said he was possessive though, remember?
He is.
Yes.
You are
definitely
possessive.
am.
And you want your woman to sit at home.
My
and not
woman
talk
doesn't
nobody,
have to sit at
and
home.
You want the turtleneck.
She doesn't
you
have
want her
to
be
sit at home.
quiet,
Okay.
And you want her to not just sit under a rock.
Well,
That's
can
what
I
you're
ask you a
giving.
question?
I'm gonna let her
Husband or
talk.
wife?
I'm gonna let her talk.
Well, I was gonna ask you a question.
I was gonna let her talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Because she was still going.
So this is how this is the Marxist training. So she's saying that you want her to sit under a rock, which is another way of saying being oppressive or being like they're under some kind of oppression. But you paying the bills and you protecting and providing and willing to die is not the same. They don't look at that as the same. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like this type of chick that's into that, you don't deal with this. And they know what they're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're doing is wrong because by the time where they get older in their older years and shit, or black women typically get in their older years and shit, and they settle with Uncle Charles, all of a sudden now they follow what Uncle Charles be telling them to do. So they know what they're doing is wrong.
So I was going. Yeah, go ahead.
I just think that we two different people.
Yeah.
You like what you like. I like what I
And
like.
there it is. There it is. Now, let me be objective, right? All right, for a moment. If you're the type of dude and you don't mind your chick going out to go party, or typical dudes that I know that do that, they typically go to the party or the club with their chick at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, in Caribbean culture, right? You have the dance hall session or the carnival or the whatsoever, right? A lot of dudes, they meet their woman at a dance session where the chick is grounding up on them, right? Now, with that situation, when they get into a relationship now, they agree to each other, hey, you can't be grounding up on the dudes like that. You have to ground up on me. You see what I'm saying? But what will happen in that situation is that chick will end up grinding up on other dudes while she's in a relationship with that guy, and it'll piss him off. You feel me? I've seen those situations happen. Right. So like it's and then I've seen situations where the chick respects the man and don't grind up on the dudes, but that's where they met each other at, and this is a thing that they regularly go to and do, right? And then you have the open relationship type of dudes or the non-monogamous type of guys, or it depends on how you operate in your relationship as a dude or run your relationship as a dude, right? But in this context, I'm speaking for traditional guys, right? If you're a traditional dude, or even if you're not a traditional guy and you have this type of standard, that type of chick you don't date or deal with, right? And what I recognize that a lot of Black women who claim to be traditional, they operate just like that chick right there, pretend to be some shit they're not. So they are dudes. I gotta be careful.
But to conclude your question, my man's not gonna say no to me.
Okay. Do you have one now?
I sure don't.
Oh
Okay.
Lord,
Point proven.
my God.
What's your
today.
So you see, so she's being possessive, but she accused him of being possessive. But my man is not gonna say no to me. Like, what type of dude? This is what I'm talking about. She's gonna get a panda bear simp. Because a man is gonna tell you no if he disagree with something you're doing. Boy,
question D?
I had kind of forgot. Let me elaborate.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. It's crazy.
So, how was your last relationship? Like, why did you break up?
Hold on, let me get to him. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Marissa,
Yeah.
still on you.
Yes.
Okay. Something else that happened behind the scenes. Everybody good. Everybody good.
Yeah.
Something else that happened behind intentional, like during the intake call when you was getting vetted, saying the things that you wanted in a woman, and the reason why you wanted to try the pop the balloon experience, to seek that potential partner out there, right?
And I was a little drunk. So the DJ was like, "Oh, this girl want to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." So then a girl came up to me and was like, "Oh, my friend want to talk to you." And I'm so drunk, so I'm like, "Okay, this girl don't want to talk to
I
you."
want to skip to my brother right here.
Whatever else is going on. Ew. If you take me
From my experience,
they will share you.
From my experience, no, it ain't
Yes,
working
they
like
will, bro. They sharing you unwillingly anyway.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
They sharing you unwillingly anyway. How you gonna say that they won't share you willingly and you taking care
That's
of
two different
both of
things.
them?
Willingly and unwillingly is two different
Just
things.
tell them. They already know what's going on anyway. They probably just waiting on you to say it.
I just
Most women know that they man messing with another woman.
Oh Lord.
And
That don't mean they okay with it.
They okay
They don't know that
They
does not mean they okay with
as
it.
long as, for one, she ain't calling my phone. For two, she ain't beating my door down. For three, I don't know
disagree.
who she is or whatever.
Man, y'all know y'all agree to that, man. Stop this playing. Stop this playing. Y'all women got two dudes. Y'all women be spitting out babies from 2 to 3 dudes. Opening your legs from 2 to 3 dudes. Come on.
What's going on?
Now,
No,
a
that's so
woman.
not
Now,
true.
you got a woman who knows with her your woman man. having a double life too.
No, because she's not me. I'm
Oh,
a
wow.
man and she's a woman.
my
And we live
God.
by different rules on this planet Earth.
Oh.
Bro, that's true. And if you say that we
That's
don't,
true.
then when you go home and you got a daughter and a son, tell them to go by the same rules. I guarantee you don't tell your daughter she live by the same rules. You want to know
Well,
why?
I actually have
It's
2
not.
boys, so I don't worry about
You
that.
would never
first of
tell
all.
your boys that they can do the same things that
No,
a
I'm not.
girl.
But
Exactly.
for you
Why
to
not?
think that it's okay,
But you just said
the
we live by
stuff
the
that's
same
coming
rules.
out your mouth is crazy to me. That's all I'm saying.
It's only crazy to you because of the
It
world
is
that
crazy,
you live
and
in.
I do agree with her. Where you saying you're possessive, like I want to see the type of woman that you have dated. Like I'm sorry,
Type of women that
I
I
don't
date.
feel like you have dated a dominant woman because me
See,
personally,
there it is. Hey, there it is. There it is. Right there. There it is. There it is. Right there. A dominant woman. Hold on. I need to make a disrespectful, uncooperative woman. I need to make I need to add that a dominant alpha woman, right? And I think that's part of the manipulation tactic. So maybe when I do that video. But uncooperative, disrespectful woman. Core traits: argumentative, defiant, mocks male authority. This is the dominant black woman that a lot of older boomer generations have shamed you into dating. This type of chick right here. The alpha woman shit, that's who she is. She described herself as, right? Let's go. Let me do it like this. We'll do it better like that. I should have been doing it like this before.
The way
dominant woman, I would have been got rid of a dominant woman thinking she gonna tell me what to do.
And I would have been got
rid of
but I
anything.
would have been got rid of you with
But
the type of
I get a
attitude you
soft,
got.
feminine woman that ain't gonna talk back to me every
yeah,
time she get
I
at
know, with low self-esteem,
Exactly.
that want to be
then
with
keep
you.
paying your own rent.
I know, and I love it.
Bro. See, something that's popped into my brain. The chick in the pink right here, she's only like a man that's gonna be dominant with her when it comes to sex. She wants to clap them cheeks. But the only time, but she wants to control the relationship and all the dynamics. So she just wants you there to be just dick. You know, like how you have a drone ant in an ant colony, and you just have that drone, and the only purpose of that male drone is to get the queen pregnant. That's what she wants. This chick over here in the blue over here right now, right? She expects not to be told her what to do. Now, the reason why I'm connecting these two is because earlier this woman said she's a submissive woman and she wants a dominant man. But like I said, she only wants a dominant man, and she's only going to submit to a man during sex when he's a drone. Right? And she talked about working 16 hours, which is not enough. Working 16 hours in this day and age is not enough, which is probably why that's another conversation. But the chick in the blue right here, all these women right here, except for this one right here, she hasn't said anything. And this one right here, she hasn't really said anything either. But birds of the same feather flock together. Hyenas in the damn Serengeti stroll together, right? The chick in the blue, you have to, this is why he questioned the chick in the pink on what do you mean by submissive, right? This chick in the blue, this is not a woman you deal with. She's talking about she's a dominant woman and she's not going to do what a man tells her to do. And this is why a lot of the relationship coaches would tell y'all, don't make these women comfortable. Don't allow these women to be comfortable, because when they're too comfortable, they're stuck in their chameleon color. They're stuck into their color. They're not showing who they really are to you. Right? Like, you should not have an issue or be afraid to expose this when you're dating a chick. Because for me, the moment I see this going on, I'm just gonna go check, please, get up, give her my back, and go home. Right? But I understand why that brother has to make this, has to do this. They like, this has to be exposed to you, fellas. But it is what it is. Like, he's cringing over here, and the pink hat over here, pink do-rag. These niggas in the back, they're chuckling and laughing. Like, this is Izzy Bynes. This is in the environment.
And pay your own.
I love it.
Fine.
I love
The
it.
women that
In
are
a
soft,
bag,
that
I'm
don't
gonna
talk back, you know what they doing? They living wonderful
with my
lives.
own, and I live wonderful, free, single,
and going
house,
to work
car,
every day.
And it doesn't matter. And working my businesses too. I love what I do. So you saying work a job, that's nothing to me. I'm a woman that definitely stumps her feet. So you saying something about a job, that's nothing to me. Right now, at this point, I have 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So the way you talk and saying something about women being single, I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Ain't nobody wrong. Ain't nobody getting mad at y'all for being single.
No, I'm
we
not
just telling you why you are.
Right.
You know, black women like to throw, been thrown that I like being single. I'm single and independent. Like throwing that shit into black men's face like we give a fuck. They've been doing that for the past my lifetime. For the 33 years of my living, that's what they've been saying. I'm single, independent. I don't need no man. I got my own money and my own job. And black men. And then they complain about why they're not getting into relationships with good black men. What they mean when they say good black men, why they're not getting in a relationship from a sucker. Like the chick in the pink described. That's what they mean. like, bro, like black men, like when are you going to wake up? Because you fuck around and get a chick like that pregnant, that's over. It's over with. It's over with. You feel me?
But why
are you single? Because I think nothing.
I'm single because that ain't even that. It's like
I
got my picks, but it's like ain't nothing really to pick for real right now. If I wanted a girlfriend and I really just wanted to pick any, you could be my girlfriend. You could be my girlfriend. You could be my
You trying to be in a polygamous relationship?
It ain't even that.
So
I'm at the
like
point
how
right now.
you're
Money.
the catch.
I'm money. Yeah, I'm definitely the catch.
Oh, okay.
Especially
All
in
right.
my age bracket. Praise God.
So let me say this. I mean,
so why did them brothers critiquing him? What were they critiquing him on the behalf of her? And brother, you have to be. I ain't going to front with you. You have to be ready for those questions. All right. Hold on. The thing is, if they're on a balloon pop show, wouldn't they be on a balloon pop show to find a girlfriend? So that's a dumbass question to ask. Of course, all of you are single by default. You don't have a girlfriend either. That's why you're on the balloon pop show. And why are you asking him if you want to be in a polygamous situation? And brother, and again, brother, you doing all the talking. You have to have these answers ready. You should already know these things. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have male drones and drones in there, Bug Life drones in there that's going to critique you on the behalf of getting Scooby snacks or treats.
how many PlayStations have you bought?
I bought a lot of them, and Xboxes, and GameCubes, and Wii's, all types.
Because you mentioned that with a passion.
Man, look, it's something that we all done went through. We all just don't speak on it.
Speak on it.
Why did she ask him how many PlayStations and Wii? What the fuck does that got to do with anything? So now they're trying to put the label over on him that he playing video games too much. That's what they're trying to do, which is insane to me. Do you know how much money a gamer makes on Twitch and TikTok and these places?
All done dated women with kids, and we all done got the short end of the stick. It's just we all deal with it in different ways. Some of us speak out on it, some of us don't. They always get the bigger end.
Some of the
stick.
stuff that you said, I feel like you're talking out of hurt. For real, it's just me.
I'm talking out of hurt. You see that these men ain't
that's what
disagreeing.
I think.
Then why don't one man disagree with?
Because you're the only person talking, really.
Do
to be honest,
any man disagree with what I have said so far? Speak now. If you do, it's fine.
Hey, don't put me in this.
No, I'm sure I said any man.
Oh my goodness, black man. The brother in the pink hat earlier, he said it. He said he don't like his woman up in another grown man's face. So he has some of them same views. But this thing over here said, don't put me in it.
I'm staying out the way.
I'm staying out of this one.
The way.
They're staying out the way
on that. So yeah, some of it is legit.
If I'm honest,
I'm ready for this.
I'm with him, but I'm not with him. Let me tell you why I'm with him. Some of the things that he's saying makes sense, but I think that when you get with the right woman, you guys communicate, then everything can go the way he's saying.
There it is.
So like
but brother, the chick in the blue said that I'm a dominant woman. Are y'all what black men, where's your listening comprehension? The woman in the blue said, I'm a dominant woman, and you're not gonna tell me what to do. What?
He's referring to a submissive woman. And I think that you have to communicate with the woman on a certain level to find out if she is submissive, and then he'll get everything he's talking about.
But you just found out that the chick in the blue and the pink are not. And you just found out all the women in there that was with her are not.
But he's not dealing with submissive women. He's just dealing with, I don't know. I'm dealing with women that's manipulative. Like women nowadays, they only want to be submissive when
you're talking about the right woman. You just found out that all the women in there are not the right woman. Based upon how they responded to the chick in the blue, that was the dominant chick, and the chick in the pink. You just figured that out, but you're not paying attention. A lot of you black men are not self-aware. You just found out that the women in the room were dominant, uncooperative women. They were not the right woman. which is what I keep. This is what I keep trying to tell Izzy Banks. And then y'all can tell me what's the right woman. What's the right woman that black men should pick?
It fits them. They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever their car break down, I'm getting it fixed and whenever everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be. Whenever I tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive. That's not going for me. It's not going for me.
I can't lie to you. He got some truth in there.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna keep it a.
That's what I'm saying. Did you just describe that? And all the chicks in there agree to it, except for the one in the black, maybe. The one in the black ain't really too loud, and maybe she's a pick-me. I don't know. Maybe she hiding amongst the hyenas. Maybe she's a lioness hiding, which is crazy, hiding amongst the hyenas. You know what I'm saying? And the chick in the middle right here, this chick right here in the middle, she ain't really said too much. You feel me? And then, but
what I noticed, I'm noticing that more so in the generation that came before me, the 30 and down. The ones that's around my age and up, they're a little better. But you know, them young ones, they've been having the little issues, you know. They do all of it, and then no offense, baby, but it's too much of the snapbacks of the hands and all that extra.
Brother, the women in the women in the boomer generation and they taught the women that you're dealing with now to do all that snapback. That's where it came from. I don't know how old these brothers are. I'm 33 years old. I watched it happen. I saw it in real time. Now, at the time, I didn't think anything of it because I thought this was like a minority thing. This wasn't going to happen to all black women because in the 90s, you saw black women that you were able to tell the difference from the black women who were in the projects, the black women who were in business or corporate America, the high class black women, or the classy black women. You were able to tell the difference. So I didn't think that the shit that we saw growing up in the projects or in East New York, Brooklyn, or out here in Queens, I didn't think you would see that manifest itself into the way it is now, but we do. But I saw women like this cussing at their kids in Brooklyn. Set your little bitch ass down, motherfucker. Crazy. They learned the children now in this generation. They learned it from the women who were in their 30s, or the women who were in their 40s, or in their 50s, and now 60s. That's where they learned it from.
Extra, but like you said, when you're doing for them, everything good. But
too much talking back.
I might be with you on this a little bit.
They're not letting us lead.
Yeah,
we need to be able to lead. But how can I lead a woman who every time I say something, she got something to say back? So you get in a relationship with a man who you feel like gonna do better by you and get you in a better place in life, but you don't want to listen to him. Why are you with him then?
I can't listen to a man or be led by a man that's gonna lead me into darkness. If I see off rip that you finna lead me into some BS, then now let me take the reins. I'm gonna have to take the reins to be masculine. Don't no woman wants to.
What? So then why are you still in that situation? He was right. If you feel like that man is gonna lead you into darkness, why are you still following him? Why are you still in that relationship with that brother? And him telling you to stay at home and not go out after dark, he's telling you to not go into darkness, but you want to go into the darkness anyway. So what are you talking about?
To be masculine.
Well, pick better men today.
Listen, no women wants to be masculine. We all desire to be in our femininity.
No, that's a bunch of haka bullshit. All throughout the 90s, y'all was talking about strong and independent, and you don't need no man. You chose to be that. I wish I could find the clips, the TV commercials, the talk shows of women saying, I want to be strong and independent.
You know, we want a man to be able to be a provider, but you know, like you just said, it's different strokes for different folks. So
No. That's a subjective gray area bullshit. It's black or white. If you want a provider, a protector, and a man that's going to produce, you have to submit to him. Ain't no different stroke for different folks. Because a different stroke for different folks is what you describe as you being a masculine woman dictating the relationship. And that's not your position.
And just like you said, you got to have that communication with whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's boundaries to everything you're saying, and I don't disagree with nothing you said.
So why are you
definitely
disagreeing?
do agree with you to a certain standpoint, but on the women's side of it, because personally, I want to be submissive to my man. If I can see that my man gonna lead me to greatness, and we can lead and be a part.
Yeah, but women, you don't even know how. You can't even see that in yourself. Y'all can't even lead yourself. And you're seeing your man to greatness is based upon how you feel. He could be leading you to water that's going to revitalize your health, but if you feel it ain't right, you're not going to follow.
Partners, because ultimately, I want a husband. That's a partnership.
Okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. So this is the uncooperative woman mixed in with the. I'm going to show you. No, my fault. It's mixed in with the feminist Marxist hybrid, fluid and academic sounding anti-patriarchal rhetoric. Feminism equals to overthrow patriarchy. Marxism equals to overthrow capitalism, which is historically tied to black men, right? Equalitarian matriarchal structure that emasculates men and is my fault. Often involving activist spaces but resent strong masculine traditional black men. She just said partnership. Right? So this is that uncooperative woman is mixed in with the feminist Marxist hybrid, right? This is mixed in with this. All right, see how I'm able to hear it and pick it up? So hopefully when y'all listen to the video or live video that I did and you listen to it, you can pick it up yourself too, right? Let's go.
If I feel like that I can trust you and you can lead to me and we can do something, then that's gonna be beautiful. But if I see you on some BS or you doing something you don't got nothing to do, then it's like,
no, that's not how that works. It's either you submit to the general of the military or your king or your president, or you don't. It's either you follow the program of McDonald's or PC Richards or you quit the job. See, they're saying the quiet part out loud. They want to be in a relationship with a man, but they want to be able to control that situation. They want to be the dominant one in that situation. So they're lying when they say they want to be submissive. Because they're basing the man's leadership based upon if they think or feel it's right. You're not trusting on what you think is right. Right? Because men are not perfect. Men are not always going to get the situation right all the time or 100%. That's not how leadership works or is. All right. So they want, but if the situation arises and you're wrong, they want to use that as the excuse to take over, or they should leave. This is why they don't just leave the relationship. All right. So this is the problem that black men, y'all got to avoid, bro. And this is why the concept of what masculinity is and leadership has been stripped from black culture and then repackaged to black men as this feminist type of thing. Because when you look at generals of an army, when you watch presidents of countries, every decision they make is not always going to be the 100% right one. There's going to be some mistakes that are being made. That is how a man, that's how we as men are, right? That's how we are in our upbringing. That's how we are when we go through our rites of passage as to become men. There's some decisions we make that don't work out. There's decisions that we make that work. That's what it is. It's not a perfect thing. We're flawed individuals. Even Jesus Christ was flawed when he was here on earth. Go read your Bible. Right? So what women want to do, they're using the times when you make a mistake or you're wrong with your decisions as an excuse to say, okay, cool, it's my time to lead and it's my time to take leadership. That's why they just don't not deal with the man. This is why they want to be in that relationship. You feel me? And then if she makes a fucked up decision, she wants to blame you for allowing her to lead or causing her to be masculine. Right? So yeah, black men, y'all gotta stay away from black women that's like this. Serious business. In 2025 and beyond, no more black women that sound like this. I hear how they sound. You should not hear how they sound too. And the guy, the little dude in the back, come on, you can't be pussyfooting around because you want box. Because you get box from these chicks, getting box from these type of women, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the headache? Now again, the chick in the black over here all the way to the left, right here in the black, she hasn't really spoke much, and I'm waiting to see what she says.
Nah, baby, I might have to take the reins on this one. I say it all the time, but if I see you doing something, I gotta.
I feel like that's their fault.
Steer the boat.
I do got one question.
They pick them.
Well, I
You
know
got your pick of the litter.
a lot of women and men, we all go through things, and that can kind of dictate our next relationships, right? Do you give that man a fresh space to be able to lead?
I feel personally,
No, hold on. It's either the woman. You should not be looking for a woman to give you no space to lead. She's supposed to sit her ass down and make a decision. Did she want to follow that guy or did she not? But to his question, women always asking men to give them grace, but they don't want to give men space to lead. Right? Women want you to give them grace and forgive them for the bullshit and choices that they put themselves into that they haven't healed from, but they won't give you space to lead them into greatness. Which is a contradiction. See what I'm saying? I'm curious to hear what she has to say, but to my point that I said earlier, no. A man is you lead. It's either you lead yourself or you lead other people. And those people have a decision to make. It's either they're going to follow your program, follow your organization, or however you want to call it, be part of your ecosystem, or they're just not. How the hell do you give a man space to lead in his own shit, in his own decision, in his own business? It's his shit. It's his life. You giving him space to lead his life? No, he should be. You should be, as a woman, working to see if you're worthy to be part of his space or be part of his life. And men, that's how you got to. Black men, that's how you got to think. Stop doing this.
I'd like to give, I'm an Aquarius.
Man, fuck that
love
bullshit.
people just expressing themselves.
Fuck that Aquarius bullshit. But you didn't like how he expressed himself. You were toxic to him. This is all this safe space shit, whole safe space bullshit. What the safe space is meant to do is it's meant to be safe for weaker people, be safe for feminist and Marxist rhetoric. And then if you're a dominant man and you walk up in there like this brother, they become hostile and toxic to you.
And being true to yourself. So I'm always gonna give anybody the benefit of the doubt when I first meet you. Let me give you a chance to see what you're gonna do on your own. But now if it gets to point.
But hold on. You do understand that you're getting the same type of thing when you're in the presence of a man, right? He's giving you the benefit of that. This is the problem with Black women in our culture, is that when they're on a date, and this is what makes them the true narcissists, they don't feel as if they have to earn that attention from the dude. That dude is actually giving them the same benefit of the doubt when they're on a date with them. And look how she looked. Look at how these women look. They should be lucky that a quality man even approached them and even offered to go on a date with them. Look how they look and look how they sound. Listen to how they sound.
I'm like, all right, I didn't see what you did. All right, this is good here, but this needs some work. Then a conversation either needs to be had on what we can do to be better.
No. No. If that's how the man is leading his life, that's how he's leading his life. If you don't like what he's doing, you have a decision to make. Either you leave him alone or you continue to follow. You don't go to Steve Jobs, or you don't go to a tech company, or you don't go to IBM and tell them how to operate or what to do. You make a decision. It's either you follow, especially if you want the benefits from that company, or you leave.
But if it's not going in that way, then we just need to separate ways. I'm not one of the people that's gonna stay with somebody that's not making me happy. If we didn't have one too many conversations about the same thing, you continuously just doing the same thing, vice versa, it could be something I'm doing the same thing and we had multiple conversations on. Then it's like, yeah, if it's not working, we can't come to agreement, then cool, part ways. But if
So
something that's able
I got a question.
Yes.
Shout out to you. I'm Aquarius too.
We the best, the best sign.
So do a man have to earn you being feminine?
I don't think so. No, let me tell you why. It's all about energy for me. I'm really big on energy. Like I know off rip, just talk off of one conversation, who I
What's my face at? Let me put my face on it. He asks a solid question. He has to earn you being feminine? So that means that you are not feminine. And then she's gonna go through this whole word salad bullshit, fuckery salad bullshit fuckery. A man has to earn your femininity, so you don't think you have to earn his masculine energy? And that's saying that you're not feminine. You weren't feminine before he met you. See, a man is masculine before you met him. He's doing things, he's being masculine in his life, so you weren't being feminine in your life. This is that gray area shit. Let me hear how she gonna nigga herself up out of this question.
I can just automatically like, all right, this is gonna be a person I could just submit to, and I can listen and let him lead and do his big one. But some people, just like with females, you come to, who gonna be the ones gonna be outside like, hey, outside, or who gonna be the ones gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a person I'm able to communicate with. This is gonna be a person I'm able to build with. This is the person I'm gonna be able to do that with. I feel like off the initial,
she's right there.
Interactions with people, you should automatically know, like from the point time you step into a room and have that first initial conversation with somebody.
So she's correct in that instance, right? Because as a man, you based on talking to a chick, especially if you got game about you, like myself, you know if this chick is somebody you can work with. And I know that, right? Based upon how I approach women and how I go about looking for women that are cool with me. Like I could go to a store right now and based upon how that woman is responding to my interaction, I could say, okay, cool, this chick is cool. But then based upon other interactions with other women, I could say, nah, this chick ain't for me right there. She's being disrespectful, combative, and shit like that. This is why I came up with the types of women you should avoid, right? And that same goes for the women, right? And it should go like that for the women, right? That, like, to me, being objective and honest, a woman, you're supposed to be feminine all the time. That's like a man is masculine all the time. But a woman, you should not be dealing with a dude that you feel unsafe with, right? And the problem with women feeling like they're with somebody they're unsafe with, this dude could be the person that actually makes them safe, but they can trick themselves into feeling like they're unsafe with the dude. Or their feeling can change. That's the problem with dealing with women and their feelings. They can feel like they want something and then in the next breath feel like they don't want something. And baby girl, like, let me critique how you're dressing for a moment. This outfit does not fit you. This hairstyle doesn't fit you, baby girl. You're a big girl. But the outfit you have on do not fit you. The chick in the black dress, that outfit don't fit you. The chick in the pink, this outfit don't match you. The hairstyle don't match you. This chick right here, this outfit don't match you. You got the sexy legs and shit like that, but bro, the outfit. Like, y'all talk about men have no game and have no swag. Look how the women are dressed. The men are dressed better than y'all.
You should already know.
Or do you choose? So do you choose? You pick and choose depending on who you're dealing with.
What you mean? Can you be specific on what you mean?
If you're dealing with, depending on the man that you're dealing with, you're like, I got to be a little more masculine with him.
No.
Or I can be feminine and I could just be soft with him.
Can you imagine men saying that depending on the woman they're with, oh, I could be a little bit more feminine, or I could be a little bit less masculine. This is the gray area that women put themselves into, right? You're supposed to be feminine regardless of the man you're with. But society allows women to be like goldfish, that way they can flip-flop their damn sex.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's also depending on the women. Personally, for me, like I said, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm just gonna be me.
Depending on the woman, that's a subjective, individualized bullshit, which is another like, you're not gonna solve this problem with Black women because they're always gonna flip to the individual. That's how they protect the sisterhood, because they know that all Black women are supposed to be like that. But to not hold the women accountable, they just flip it to individualism, right? Well, I can't speak for every woman, but for myself, I'm like that with every other chick, with every dude I'm with. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Who gives a fuck about your benefit of the doubt at the end of the day? Man, you should not be giving a shit about if a woman gives you the benefit of the doubt. Don't let them use that as a tool to make you walk on eggshells about your masculinity. Fuck the benefit of the doubt. Is she gonna follow you or she's not gonna follow you? If anything, they should be wanting you to give them the benefit of the doubt with their behavior over the past 70 years. Because what she should be saying is that all women should be doing this. All women should be feminine, right? This is something that we expect men to be consistent with their masculinity. We should expect us as Black women, as a collective, to be consistent with our femininity and our submission. But see, women don't want to have accountability. They don't want to have hold themselves to a standard because they want to be in the victim position, where they could continuously blame everybody else for why they're in the situation they're in. But Black men, this is not going to be fixed. This is done. This is done. The community is done. You feel me?
Be 100% all the time. I'm going to give everybody the same version of me. Some people may not like it. Some people may like it. It's up to you to decide if you want to do with me or not, and vice versa. Now, if I'm just being 100% myself and giving that to you, then whatever you do with that's whatever you do with it. But I'm a reciprocator. As women, we're reciprocators. I'm going to reciprocate whatever.
Get that bullshit up out of here. So now she's saying women, now when they tell them a lie, now they're going to say, oh, women are reciprocators. But earlier, the chick who's dominant just said she's a dominant woman. This chick over here said that she's going to listen to her man depending on how good he could clap her cheeks. And if you have been reciprocating the energy, the men would not be complaining about what they complain about today if y'all were reciprocators. Y'all keep telling these lies. Let me say that better. The complaints that Black men have been making, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, shout out to the Anger Man, shout out to Mr. Fantastic, shout out to Anton, have been making since the Black Manosphere has started. They would not have been making those complaints if you women were doing your jobs and reciprocating the energy they've been given. But we keep telling Black men they keep picking the wrong chick. Every time a Black man say, yo, I was honest, I was about my business, I was this, I protected, I provided, and I was honest, we always chop it up to, oh, he ain't had, you ain't had no game, nigga. You ain't had no game, nigga. You ain't had no game. Oh, you ain't had game because you picked the wrong type of bitch, nigga. So you haven't been reciprocal. And you don't hold the women who are accountable for not reciprocating that energy.
My man is doing or giving me respectfully.
That ain't all the time.
If you giving me hard times and
she's right. You don't reciprocate the energy even during the hard times. But he's supposed to give you that masculine protector, provider, and provision, bro, even when you're not giving him sex or being disrespectful to him.
problems, no, baby. Like, goddamn, I'm tired of you being in my goddamn face. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be quiet.
But I just think as women, we're reciprocators. Like, if I know my man paying the bills, he making sure I'm good. We don't get into no arguments. It's good. I ain't got no.
Hold on, but what if you're causing the arguments that you're in? If you're doing something wrong, he's supposed to argue with you and be combative with you.
No issues, yes, baby. You can get everything you want in the world.
That's not what a relationship is. There's hard times in relationships. There's times when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And he's trying to communicate that to you. This is what I'm saying. And she's saying that you could get everything in the world. That's not how most black women are. Black women be having good black men and they'll cheat on them niggas. That give them everything in the world, pay their bills, do all of that, and they will cheat on them niggas. And then we'll say, you picked the wrong bitch and you ain't got no game. And I'm gonna break down that manipulation tactic with the whole game shit. All right. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there. We'll get some stage. This is a very common type of chick in the environment that we have. A lot of black men didn't know what the feminist Marxist hybrid sounded like unless you were part of the conscious community when it was black men centered. But this chick right here, this is the common type of woman that we've seen on that panel. And we've seen the manipulation tactics they were using up there. Right? So black men, you have to learn to distance yourself from these type of chicks. You don't have to argue with them like on the Balloon Pop show, which I'm glad that happened. But if you ask certain questions and you see them responding to you like the way you saw, just end the date, give them your back and go home. Walk off, give them your back and go home, bro. That's it. Anyway, this is Kiss Shawty Gaming Nation. Like, share, and subscribe.